Hi everyone, Salesforce Lightning Day 2. Okay, so today's agenda, what are we going to learn today? So we'll review the Salesforce Lightning. Before that, I'm not going to go through the quiz because I see responses I received only 8. Maybe everyone is busy with the New Year celebrations. So I'll not go through these questions, but today, probably later, we will go through this. So I'm going to skip going through the questions for today. Okay, so we will see today Salesforce Lightning, whatever we have seen yesterday, just a recap of that. And what are the Salesforce Lightning elements? And then we'll see what is my domain, why we use my domain, where can we see my domain information, and then Lightning development tools. What are the tools that we are going to use it in order to implement Lightning? And then we'll have a interview questions that will be sent. Okay, so let's move on. Salesforce development. So this is just a recap, whatever we have learned yesterday. So Salesforce development is classified into 2 categories, right? Your complete Salesforce development has been identified into 2 categories. Your first one is user interface. First one is user interface development. Whenever you log into Salesforce, you see the screens in the right, whether it is a object manager, what are the screens you are seeing on the front end, those all are called user interface, right? Through the user interface, we are interacting with Salesforce, right? And user interface further is divided into 3 types. 3 types of development. First one is Salesforce Classic, Salesforce Lightning, and Salesforce LWC. LWC is nothing but Lightning Web Component. These are 3 user interface design technologies from Salesforce. The first one is called Salesforce Classic, which is nothing but where we use the Visual Force framework. So that means entire Classic. Yesterday we have seen, right, Classic and Lightning differences. When you click on a switch to Salesforce Classic, you will see the Classic UI. If you click on a switch to the Lightning, then you will see Lightning UI. So the whole Classic is developed by using Visual Force framework. And Lightning development is based on the third party called Aura. Aura is a third party, right? And also we use the LWC, Lightning Web Component. So Aura is a third party technology and it is a universal accepted. And LWC is open source framework and LWC is on DOM, HTML plus JavaScript. By using that, we will implement the Lightning Web Component. So in our course, further going, we will be learning the entire Lightning development. So when I say entire Lightning development, we will talk about Lightning Aura. We will do the programs in Lightning Aura and Lightning Web Component. We will be covering both of this in the Lightning sessions.
Madam, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
See, this Lightning Aura component and Lightning Web component both comes under Lightning only, I hope. Is it?
Lightning Aura is a Lightning and Lightning LWC is a web component. When you look at the user interface for both of them, you will not see any differences. Okay. Only developer can tell by looking at the code whether that code is implemented using the user Aura or LWC. So Lightning is nothing but you can implement Aura, by using the Aura, we can implement Lightning. By using the Lightning web component also, we can implement Lightning.
So both comes under lightning only, it means.
Yes.
And one more like question, madam, like what is the difference between like lightning and lightning experience?
Lightning is the one whenever the developer usually they work on it, they usually say Lightning. Okay. Lightning experience is nothing but yesterday we have discussed Lightning experience. Lightning experience is nothing but whatever the actions or whatever you are doing in the UI, Salesforce Lightning. You are clicking on this object manager and opening this record and opening the object. Everything what you are doing it here, you are doing on the Lightning experience. You are experiencing the user interface in Lightning. Whatever the user interface or front end, whatever his actions are done by the end users in Salesforce Lightning, those are Lightning experience.
Okay, okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So this is divided into three, user interface is divided into three types: Salesforce Classic, Salesforce Lightning Web Component, right? So we have seen what is the Lightning development yesterday we have seen, right? By using the Lightning, we can build sophisticated user interface. So building the sophisticated user interface is called Lightning. So finally, the whole concept here is Classic is on Visualforce framework, Lightning is on Aura framework and LWC. LWC is open source framework. So whether I use a Classic or Lightning, my base will be remains. When I say my base, when I say base is remains is nothing but the backend logic. The backend logic remains the same. Backend logic, whether I use the Visualforce or the Lightning framework or Lightning web component, the backend logic will be always Apex. When I say backend logic, that means this is the server side controllers. So yesterday we have seen what is the differences between the server side controller and client side controller. So server side logic, whenever we write a logic in the Apex, that means Apex is in the Salesforce server. So whenever we write a logic on the Apex, that means it is a server side controller. Whenever we write a logic in the Visualforce framework or Lightning framework or LWC, it is called as a client side server. So Visualforce, whenever we are implementing a Visualforce, we have to always use the Apex in order to do any kind of a logic. That means the logic has to be written in server side. When I say server side, the logic will be getter, setter, triggers, classes, oops, sockle, sourcel, Apex. The logic will be implemented in Apex. Where it comes to the Salesforce Lightning and Salesforce Lightning web component, it's not necessary that you have to use the server side logic. It's all based on the requirement. So in Lightning, most of the times we will be doing 90% of logic we will be writing directly in the Lightning. That is also based on the requirement. So it all depends on your requirement. If you are able to handle the logic in Lightning by using the Aura or by using the LWC, if you are good in JavaScript or Java, you can implement that same logic in the Lightning. If you are good in Apex, you can use the Apex to implement the logic in the server side.
Madam, one more question, doubt too. Like,
Yeah.
so, like this controller and extensions, like, are they separate in Apex and even Visualforce also controller and extensions will be there? So, like, in Apex also there are the separate extensions and controllers, and even Visualforce also.
You know, when I say controllers, extension is nothing but It is pointing to the Visualforce.
Okay. I mean, is it a part of Visualforce or a part of Apex?
We are writing the logic in the Apex, right? The extension controllers will be in Visualforce. We have a controller, standard controllers are there, right? Extension is also there.
Yeah.
We will write it in the Visualforce, but the logic that is implemented for the controller for the extension is in Apex.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Is there any other questions before I move on?
No, not madam now.
Okay. So we have seen what is Salesforce Lightning. Yesterday we have seen what is Salesforce Lightning. So Salesforce Lightning is nothing but Lightning is a collection of tools and technologies, right? Collection of tools and technologies. So we use a different tools like Aura, the third party tool. We are using it, Lightning Builder, Lightning App Builder, LDS. There are different tools we are using it. For what we are using these tools and technologies to provide significant upgrade to the Salesforce platform for better user experience, efficiency, and reusability of resources. Now, Lightning has 3 elements. There are 3 elements in Lightning. Lightning experience, Lightning component framework, Lightning design system. Lightning experience, Lightning component framework, Lightning design system. Salesforce Lightning has 3 elements. First one is Lightning experience. Second one, Lightning component framework. And the third one, Lightning design system. Salesforce Lightning has 3 elements: Lightning experience, Lightning component framework, Lightning design system. Let's see each one of them. Let's understand each one of them clearly. What is Lightning experience? As I have explained before, Lightning experience is nothing but the modern user interface. The modern user interface through which user interacts with the Salesforce. Through which a user interacts with Salesforce is called Lightning experience. What is the Lightning experience? Lightning experience is the modern user interface. Like you are clicking on the app manager. You click on this view all and go to the Sales Cloud. Whatever actions we are doing it. User is, I am a user for Salesforce right now. User is interacting. I am interacting with Salesforce by using the modern user interface through which user is interacting with Salesforce. This is called Lightning experience. Whatever the users are doing in the front end Salesforce Lightning, whatever is user are doing the actions on Salesforce Lightning. I'm clicking on this opportunity, clicking on the account, and opening one of the record and viewing the record details, the customer information I'm viewing here. So whatever the user is doing on the front end, whatever user is doing on the Salesforce Lightning is called Lightning Experience. So the definition for Lightning Experience is the modern user interface through which user interact with the Salesforce is called Lightning Experience. All the screens that I'm showing you here, so events, right? Everything, whatever we are seeing here, this is the UI part. So this is all what it is. This is UI part of Salesforce Lightning. So in simple, straightforward, if I have to say, UI part of Salesforce Lightning. UI part of Salesforce Lightning. UI is nothing but user interface. User interface part of Salesforce Lightning, which is called Lightning Experience, Now, next, Lightning Component Framework. Lightning Component Framework. What is Lightning Component Framework here? It's a single page application concept. It's a single page application concept. That means using the Salesforce Component Framework, it's a single page application, concept with reusable entity using UI framework. Okay. Now, what I mean by here, single page application. What is meaning of single page application? When I say single page application is nothing but, let me give you clear information. Let's switch to the classic. Okay, first I'll show you the classic, then we will go to the Lightning. Okay, here I'm into the customer information. I'm clicking on account. Account is the object where I click on the account object and I'm opening the details, right? Here in the account, there are different related lists we have, okay? In the account, there are different related lists. Whoever is not understanding the related list, hold on, we will see that, okay? Assume that here account section, okay? This is account section. This is account section. That means customer information, okay? This is customer information. And below you will see opportunities, cases, right? Notes, attachment will be there. Okay, assume that this is contact. This is contact, okay? Customer detailed information. Account is customer basic information, contact is detailed information, okay? Now, I'm in the account. Now, if I have to click on it, like for example, suddenly I'm changing here, SLA, okay? While changing this SLA, I remember that, oh, I forgot to create a contact for this account. Now what I'll do, I'll click on this new account, new contact. What happened when I click on a new contact? My page has overwritten, right? I'm into the new page. I cannot see account information. If I go back and I'll see here, It's still old silver is there. Old information is there, right? So if I click on this gold, I wanted to change this to gold. SLA, I wanted to change this field to gold. While changing the field, I remember that there is a new contact here. There is a new contact that I supposed to create it. Contact, I supposed to create it here. So I forgot to create. Okay, before changing the gold, I wanted to create a new account. But if I click on a new account, what happens here? It will redirect, right? It will redirect and my all the information is lost. Whatever changes I did, I lost everything here. It came back to the previous. Now same information if I do it in Lightning. So let me switch to the Lightning. Okay, I'll go to the account, which is nothing but a basic details of customer. I'm opening the same account. Perfect. And I'll go to the details. Right now, same thing I'm doing it in the Lightning. And I'll change here. I'm changing the SLA from silver to gold. While changing, I remember that I have to create a contact, the detailed information about the contact, right? So now, while updating this one, I forgot that I have to create, right? So I'll click on a new contact. What will happen here? It says that it is asking, do you wanted to change, do you wanted to discard the changes or continue editing or save? It will, I'll say continue editing. Okay. Also what I can do, there are a couple of options here. Okay, while changing that, I wanted to add a details. I wanted to add a task or I wanted to log a call here, saying that call is the subject, and I'll put a description here, comments, saying that updating SLA. Right, what happened here? I'm doing both together. I'm updating the account, right? I'm updating the account. Also, I'm logging the call. Multiple actions I can do it here, right? If I click on here, new task, I can add a subject and I'll give the date. And I can do, see here, account is in edit mode and I can do logging the call, creating the task, email, everything I can do it. That means on single page, I can do multiple actions. I can do multiple actions. That means this is a single page component, single page application with multiple components. Single page application with multiple components. This is one component. This is one component. Right? This is one component. This is second one. This is a third component. This entire thing is a single page application. Single page application with multiple components where I can do multiple actions on the same page. Whereas in the Visualforce, whereas in Classic, I cannot do multiple actions. It's not possible for me to do multiple actions. I'll go to the account and I'll click on an account name. Okay, here, for example, notes and attachment. Now, if I click on silver, gold. Now, if I click on notes and attachment, what happened here? If I click on new notes, see, it's going to the another screen. I'm losing my changes. So Classic is a multi-page application. Lightning is single-page application. Visual for Classic, multi-page application. Lightning, single-page application with multiple components. With multiple components, right? So, coming back to the Lightning component framework. What is the Lightning component framework? Single page application concept. Now we know what is the single page application concept. Lightning component framework is single page application component with reusable entity using the UI framework. Reusable entity, I can use the component multiple places. I can reuse the same component wherever it is needed. With reusable entity using the UI framework. Now, did you guys observe that I'm keep on saying that framework, framework, framework. But what is the framework here? What is the framework? What is the framework? Anyone?
Is it user interface, UI?
Others? What is
Yeah,
the framework?
framework is nothing but it's a multiple technologies used in that. We used to use multiple technologies.
Right? Yep. Perfect.
Framework is nothing but like it's a to build the application like too easy to build the application.
Right. Who is 668121? Who is that?
Can you please change your name? 668121. Somebody is with the number, not with name. Can you please change? Maybe this is your first class. Double 68121. Somebody's name is not displaying in the screen.
Yes, yes, Madhu. Tirupati here. I think my name.
Yeah, can you change your name?
Yeah, sure.
Just edit it.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. So framework. Framework is nothing but collection of technologies. Collection of technologies or technology, or I can say multiple technologies. Multiple technologies together, collected together to build the application. We call them framework. Framework is nothing but multiple technologies collected together in order to implement an application, in order to implement a functionality. If we are using multiple technologies to build an application, collecting the different technologies and bringing them together is called framework. So Lightning is a framework because we have a multiple technologies in the Lightning. We use CSS, HTML, JavaScript, Aura, third party, right? We use multiple LDS, Lightning Design System, multiple technologies collected together is called framework. Is called framework. If you have to say in another technology, for example, we say .NET framework. If you hear, this is mostly you hear .NET framework, right? Because .NET also use the different technologies. It has all different technologies in order to implement application in .NET. Lightning framework. Yes, we use the different technologies in order to implement a application in Lightning. Right? So Lightning component framework. What is the Lightning component framework? Single page application concept with reusable entity using the UI framework is called Lightning component framework. Now, in simple words, if you have to remember what is the Lightning component framework is nothing but, you can say, basically this is for development. Lightning component framework is development part of UI design. And what program do we use it in order to develop a program here? We use the Aura framework. Aura framework. And we use open source framework, LWC, Lightning Web Component. This is open source framework. Right? Lightning component framework is, in simple word, development part of UI design with a program. The programs we use it, Aura framework and LWC in Salesforce. With Aura framework or LWC is called Lightning component framework. Aura is also a open source framework. Yeah.
LWC is like a Salesforce own technology.
Right. Yes, Salesforce technology.
Okay.
It's an open source. Salesforce has released it, but we use the different tools or technologies here. Like we use HTML, DOM, JavaScript. By using this combination, we will build the LWC. Right. Aura is also open source as of today. Okay, but nobody knows in the future whether it is purely open source or not. Yes, any questions before I move on?
Hi, Swapna. Can you give the example like Aura and LWC? Like which applications can you use? Like it's based on the application we have. Understand?
Based on the application means?
Like example like SBI, we have using front end like Aura or maybe.
Okay, you can implement application. See, there is no restriction that you have to implement an application with LWC only. I cannot implement an application without Aura. There is no such that. Any application can be implemented using the Aura framework or LWC. Both it is possible.
Okay, but the
Okay.
difference between Aura and LWC, like Aura accepting the Apex program, maybe.
No, LWC also accept it. See,
Okay,
by
maybe.
UI, if you look at for this Aura and LWC, it looks exactly same. As a
Exactly.
end user,
Sorry.
exactly same. As a end
Okay.
user, you cannot identify whether the user interface is implemented using the Aura framework or LWC. You cannot say that because both look same.
Hmm.
Okay, any application, any requirement that comes to you to implement a light in the Lightning, you can either go with the Aura or you can go with LWC. Many developer goes with the LWC because it is easy to handle and easy to implement.
LWC, many of them go to maybe.
Yes, the JavaScript and HTML is easy to implement in the LWC.
Okay. Aura framework, like what type of technologies, like your
So Aura has multiple things. Basically, there is a bundle in the Aura. Okay, there is 8 bundle in the bundle. 8 elements will be there.
okay.
So we will come to know that what are those, but 8 elements are there.
Like both functionality, like a service class and same both functionality is.
Yes, it is same, but the thing is that the performance will be different for both of them. And in LWC, whenever you are implementing the code, you can use the modern JavaScript in LWC. Okay, Aura sometimes it doesn't support. There are some keywords in JavaScript which does not supported by Aura.
Okay. Major difference, like what the difference major, like
Yeah, that is another topic. What is the differences between the Aura and LWC? We will see that further.
okay, sure. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Ma'am, one doubt, ma'am.
Yeah.
What are the example you have shown in the previous in the account section? Hello.
Yeah, account section, yes.
In that, what are the changes we have done in this? Why you are going changes in contact? Why you are not done in their account itself?
Are you talking about in Classic or Lightning?
In Lightning, in Lightning.
Lightning, okay.
Why can't we do changes in the accounts itself? There is an option of editor, no? Then why are going changes in contacts and all the things?
See, I'm a Salesforce supporting. Okay. So while doing, I got a call from customer. I'm updating some information here in the account. Suddenly the person says that, okay, there is another contact which we have to create it. So customer cannot stay in the call for a longer. Okay, they hardly spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and they will give the information. So when the customer is in the call, I have to update everything. So I need an application where I wanted to fill multiple things at a time. Okay, right now I'm asking the persons, okay, what is the mobile number? Okay, and the phone number I'll update here. And then immediately I ask him that you have any new events that are coming up, or I have a new events. Do you wanted to attend? So all these things, everything I wanted to do it in the single application. This is one of the example that I have given. We can customize this application as we want. Okay. Lightning experience is so flexible. You can customize your Lightning experience the way you want. This is one of the example that I am giving you based on the standard layout, how it is there here.
Okay, thank you.
Like Swapna has explained in context of giving difference for single page application and multi-page application. Your doubt is clear, like
Yeah, clear.
yeah,
It's
it
clear.
is not like there is
So,
yeah.
one question means Aura and coming into LWC. I guess LWC is it will work fastly, right?
Yeah, it is a faster than Aura. Yep.
Right. Okay.
Swapna, in the example that you have given just now, what is the reusable entity in the definition? Reusable entity.
Okay, so reusable entity is nothing but I have implemented a component. Okay, assume that that is a calculation component. Okay, let me open the paint. Okay, assume that I have one application here, another application is here, as we are discussing about the account. Okay, account and also I have here opportunity. I have implemented a component. Okay, basic component. This is generic component. Assume that this is a generic component that is a calculation. Okay, which is nothing but calculation. Calculation component which I have implemented and I placed it on the account. And the same component, if the client says that I need this same component in different place, I want it on the account page. Also, I want the same application, but little bit changes in the application in this component, small changes is needed, but I wanted to use the same component in different place as well. So what I can do is I can reuse this component and place it wherever the client is requested. And we can make small changes. So in real time, what we do is we will implement a generic components. Okay, most of the developers who knows the good coding who are good in coding, what they will do is they will not implement a component in one component. They don't implement. Okay, they divide this logic. They divide this logic. When I say divide this logic, this calculation, what it has a first number and the second number, right? And also we have a radio buttons. Assume that there are radio buttons here. And then bottom, I have a submit button. Okay, this is a submit button. Okay, if you are the developer who are good in the coding, what they will do is they will divide this component. They divide this component. So basically this is one component. This is another component. And this is another component. Okay, they divide and they create a inside sub 3 components. I can say that these are 3 sub components. So this is actual component, calculation is actual component. Within that, we'll have a 3 sub component. Right, subcomponent 1, subcomponent 2, subcomponent 3. So this is in real time how the developer will be implementing it, because they know that client will be always coming back asking that some changes or reusing the component, right? So reusability is nothing but the component can be used in multiple places. Component can be used multiple places based on the client requirement.
Yeah, thank you, Swapna. I got it.
Any other questions before I move on to the next one? Lightning design system. Next one, lightning design system. We call it as a LDS. Or we can call it as a SLDS. Salesforce Lightning Design System. What is the Lightning Design System? Or what is the Salesforce Lightning Design System? So basically, when we say Lightning Design System is nothing but collection of open CSS. Collection of open CSS, and there are some predefined designs. When I say predefined designs is nothing but Salesforce is giving some predefined design. CSS we know. If you go to the w3schools.com, there is a CSS will be available, right? CSS, that is the open CSS, we all know. Also, LDS has predefined design. LDS has predefined design. Now, where can I see that predefined design? If you go to the Google, type here Lightning Design System. Lightning Design System. Okay, if you go here, so this everything is whatever you see here, options, icons, utilities, everything. So these are different icons which we can use it. These icons is, if you go to the Salesforce, you see here, right? Before the object, whatever you see here, this is called as an icon. This is called icon. Every object will have an icon. If you go to the opportunity has a different icon. If you go to the account will have a different icon. Like this, every object will have different icons. So Lightning Design System is also giving us some option in the icon whenever you are implementing a application. Whenever you are building a logic, during that time, if you need any icons, we can get it from here. There are different type of icons. Standard icon, utility icon, right? And custom icon. So there are different things are there. So not only the icon, if you want a page layout, you can change it. Or if you wanted to modify any avatar, like if you wanted to put a avatar is nothing but this, whatever you see here, this is called avatar. Right? They will also give you the code for that. So this is one avatar. What is the code? Click on this show code. This is the code. It is CSS code. You will not see Salesforce code here. Either HTML or CSS. HTML usually we see. Okay. So this is the code. This is the code. And if you wanted to implement, try using this SLDS-avatar. And if you want a circle, use this SLDS-avatar_circle. And if you want this way, you have to use this SLDS-avatar. Okay, so there are different ways we can put avatar. Right, so this is the Lightning Design System. These all are Lightning Design System. There is also different things are there, button groups, button icon, buttons. And if you wanted to implement a card, right? Yesterday we were discussing about the cards. So this is one card, Lightning Design card, right? So this is one card and there are different ways we can implement it. You can implement this way, or if you want it this way, whatever the ways you want. If you just wanted to show only account or no header, just want a text, right? Multiple actions on the header, you want a multiple actions. So there are different ways we can implement a card. So Lightning Design System, where all the predefined designs are available. Predefined designs are available. So Lightning Design System is nothing but collection of open CSS and predefined design. I can use a design that is provided by Salesforce. Along with that, I can also use the CSS. I can also use the CSS, all icons, layout, colors. If you want to put a background color, can be created automatically. Like if you go to the Salesforce, do you see here, like I click on this one of the opportunity. Between the each card, you see there is a background here, right? There is a background. If you want similar background, you can use it, or you can change this background also. Right? Between each component, between this header component and this path component, you see there is a background. So that is also applied automatically using the Lightning design system. Okay. In single word, if somebody asks you what is the Lightning design system, say that this is predefined designs which are provided by Salesforce, and also we can use the open source, open CSS. So CSS library, we can use it, open CSS. Okay, so let me go back to the PPT. Lightning elements are 3 types. Lightning experience, Lightning component framework, Lightning design system. Lightning experience is nothing but user part of Salesforce, user interface part of Salesforce. Basically, this is the UI. Whatever user is performing on the front end, the UI part of Salesforce Lightning is called Lightning experience. Lightning component framework is nothing but development part of UI, design with the program. And Lightning design system is nothing but CSS and predefined designs. Okay, any questions? Okay, so let's move on the topic, my domain. Yeah. I barely hear your voice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there is backend voice, I guess.
Okay, okay, fine. Let's move on. My domain. Okay. What is my domain? First of all, what is nothing but a domain? Domain is nothing but a website. It seems like it's a new word. You are hearing it. If you are hearing it for the first time, domain, do not get confused. Domain is nothing but a website. A website. Domain is nothing but a website. What it does, it showcase your company's brand. Showcase your org brand. So what will happen if I create a domain? So it keeps your data more secure. Right? It keeps your data more secure. And as soon as the domain is created, it showcases your company brand. Okay, right now, Salesforce itself is creating the domain. 1.5 years back, we used to create it. When I say 1.5 years back, when the Salesforce Lightning came into the picture, 2018 end or 2019 or 2020, that time we used to create a domain. But now Salesforce itself is creating the domain. For what we need this domain, why we need it, Salesforce. Okay, now I'm creating the org. Okay, when I'm giving the first name, last name, company details, right? Everything, username, I'm giving all the details. Now, why domain? Why should I create a domain? Basically, domain is very important in Salesforce. By using this domain, we can use all latest Salesforce features. And right now, by default, Salesforce is creating whenever you request a org. Whenever you click on sign me up, after entering all the details, you click on a button, sign me up. As soon as you click on that, by default, Salesforce is giving this domain information. Why we need this domain? To use all Salesforce latest features. What are those Salesforce latest features? Lightning component in Lightning component tab, Lightning page, Lightning application builder, standalone apps. Also for the interface, we need this domain. Now, where can I see this domain? Where can I see? the domain information. If you click on a setup, if you are in the Sales Cloud, click on a setup. This is the gear icon. Okay, click on this gear icon, click on a setup. Once you click on a setup, it will take you to the new page, home, right? So here, if you go down, see here settings, company settings, and then you see here my domain. If you are not able to find my domain, search on top. My domain. Click on this my domain. Whoever is created the org, whoever is have a trailhead account, they will be having this information. By default, Salesforce is creating it. By default, the domain settings, everything is done by the Salesforce. What is the domain here? Domain is a website, or it will showcase your company's brand. When I say company's brand, whatever the company name you are giving, while entering your first name, last name, and also you give the company organization name, right? So that organization name, company name, it will showcase. Where it will showcase? Here in the URL, it will showcase. And also it will keep your data more secure. Also it will keep your data more secure. Now all the orgs, including the real time also, unlimited edition, enterprise edition, dev edition, everybody should be having the my domain information. Everybody should have my domain information. By default, Salesforce is creating it based on the company name. Whatever the company name you give, that company name it will take and it will add here, right? In case if you do not like your domain, so what you can do is you can click on edit and you can change here. You can change, right? And click on check availability. It's available. I can use this, right? If you do not like the domain name, you have a flexibility to change. Even in the real time also, you can change it. By default, Salesforce is creating the domain based on the company name that you will give. Where you will give company name, developer.salesforce.com. Logging in with my credentials.
Whenever creating login credentials, there we have to give an mail IDs and company name.
Yes, that's right. So we day before yesterday we have created, right? Okay, you all know that.
Yes.
So based on the company name, it will take your company name, and this div-ed is automatically added by Salesforce. If I give this, what it will do, if I click on a check availability, it will automatically add this dev-ed. Your trailhead accounts also will be having a dev-ed. And before that, there will be a domain name, the company name. This is your company name. So trailhead account, when you create a trailhead account or new trailhead, that time automatically it will come some animal names, curiosity or something names will come automatically, right? Dev-ed. This is available for trailhead accounts as well as developer edition. But your real time, the unlimited edition does not have dev-ed will not be there. This won't be there in your unlimited edition. When you are working in the real time, you will not see dev-ed. You will not see that. So if you want, you can update it. Also, we have a routing, Salesforce Edge network, and the policies, there are different policies, everything will be there. Okay, so let's go back to this slide. So if you want a domain name, can change it anytime. As soon as it change, it will reflect on the org without any delay. So this is how your org will be. Name will be your org name. That means your company name -dev-ed .my.salesforce.com. Yes.
I Swapna, we think, but it's work out.
Sorry.
Change the company name, domain name, but it not save because it's a part. We already like something changes was gone. You must first check with the availability domain before registering it.
Yes, yes, you have to click on this check availability. Now, if I click on this check availability, see here, as soon as I click on this, immediately my chosen my domain URL is changed. Now, if I click on a save, this is perfectly fine.
Yeah,
We
right now
recommend
it's
testing
changed.
your new my domain in Sandbox here, deploying it. Watch for email telling you when you can test it and deploy the new domain. So let's click on OK. Right, there is an email that will goes to you. That is just an alert message saying that, okay, your org is changing it and it is starting processing it. Okay, I have chosen and registered my domain. Now, second step is it will give the new domain and it will deploy, because as soon as I give a new name, Salesforce has to do some logic at the back end. Right, they have to do everything, all the steps, and then they need to reflect the new org. So there will be email that goes to your registered email, whatever the email you have registered, there is a one email which goes. And during these steps, if you wanted to stop, you can stop the provisioning. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Sapna, what is routing? Second, go to the same screen. Yeah, routing just after it.
Salesforce Edge Networks. So basically, when we say routing is nothing but, so do not change these routing information. It's all Salesforce information here, Salesforce Government Cloud and some Salesforce Edge Network. If you change something, it might impact your Salesforce org.
Okay. Can I put my custom domain name, for example, abc.com, something like that?
No .com.
No.
Just give a name.
Okay.
Okay. So now also one more thing. Let me stop provisioning. Okay. So one more thing, what is there is take your domain name. Okay. Hope it has not changed. Cancel domain. Because I wanted to show you something. Okay, it is not changed. Okay, take your domain name. So this is your domain name, right? Copy this, go to test status.salesforce.com. Okay, go to status.salesforce.com. Here you see this box. Enter your domain and hit search. As soon as you search, it will give you your domain information. Current status, history, maintenance. The current status, the services that is provided to my org is core service, live agent, CPQ, B2B commerce, everything is provided. And history, if there are anything done in last 3 days, nothing has done. Maintenance, right? So December, no updates, January, no updates. In February, spring 23, the release is automatically going to update here. In my org, it has a scheduled time where it will automatically update the Spring 23 release on my org. This is the maintenance. Feb 03, this is what is happening omnichannel. 11th Feb, the major release. 11th Feb, all the health cloud, finance cloud, everything will be get updated. So just by entering your domain, you can click on search and you will find it. Perfect. So let's go back. So, okay, any questions? Okay, so let's move on. Lightning development tools. So Lightning is development tools. What are the tools that we are going to use it? Okay, so for the Aura, to implement a Aura component, we use the developer console. How to go to developer console? Go to your Salesforce, click on this gear icon, and here you see developer console. Okay, click on this developer console. File and click on new, and then here it is, Lightning component. We will talk about this 5 elements. Okay, Lightning application, Lightning component, Lightning interface, Lightning event, Lightning token. We will talk all of this. But in order to create a Aura component, if you want to start implementing the logic in the Aura component, click on this Lightning component. If you click on this Lightning component, it will ask you to enter the information. Okay. So let's close for now. Developer console, and the next one is Microsoft Visual Studio. Microsoft Visual Studio. Either of one you can use it. If you are very perfect in the Visual Studio and you are very perfect in the coding, you go ahead and implement the coding in Microsoft Visual Studio. But if you are learning, go ahead and learn into the developer console. And LWC can be implemented Microsoft Visual Studio. We cannot implement LWC in developer console. In developer console, we cannot implement LWC. Only Aura will be implemented in the developer console. So you do not have an option in developer console to implement LWC component. So we'll have a one session, how to set up a Visual Studio. And we will be doing some coding of the Aura in Visual Studio as well as LWC in Visual Studio. Okay, apart from this, there is another one, which is Apex. There is something called as a Lightning Studio. Okay, there is something called as a Lightning Studio app. So here you can implement Lightning Web Component. I'm just showing you guys. Don't worry about this, how to install, what to do, everything I will let you know. But this is one more option you have to implement Lightning Web Component. Okay, so sometimes we will be doing in this app also. I'll show you how to take this everything. So this is another option which is available online. Available online. Okay.
Like,
yes.
Is that an alternative to Visual Studio, ma'am?
Yes, it is alternate for Visual Studio.
Okay.
This is exactly whatever the options you see in the Visual Force, that's the same thing. Like a search code in LWC, new Apex, these all options will be available. So once you connect the Salesforce, like it is already connected to the Salesforce. Okay, so here it is not showing. Let me connect another org. So in this org, I have a Aura component and I have LWC components also. So as soon as you connect the Salesforce, automatically this will be enabled. So it is enabled. Now if I click on this Lightning Studio. Okay, so these are the LWC component. Fine. So it has, I'm just showing you. Don't worry if you do not understand also. So Lightning component, this is LWC component. So I'll say Happy New Year. Okay, I'll simply save. As soon as I save, all changes are deployed. So automatically this will be deployed. Any questions, Nagamani? Okay. Perfect. So those are the Lightning development tools. Do not worry, we will be doing in our class, all of them. So that is the alternate solution which I have given for if you have an issue in Visual Studio. But I request practice in the Visual Studio. Okay. So we will be doing some classes in some programs in the studio also, LWC Studio. Okay, that's all for today. I'll not take much time. Interview questions will send to you. Yesterday's questions, nobody has filled it. The response is, I see the responses is only 8 responses. I got it. I can understand it's a new year time. So that's fine, but probably after new year, we'll have to continue same routine, right? So I wanted to see the responses. So today I have not covered these questions, but whenever we meet next time, we will be going through this. And I would like to see more responses for this. That's all. I'm not going to take more time of you. I know you all have some time, some scheduled time for parties.
Yes,
so that's all for today.
One question regarding the sandboxes. There was a refresh interval option is there in the sandboxes.
Right. Refresh interval is provided by Salesforce. Okay, so that is decided by Salesforce. How long the sandbox need to be refreshed, and which is done by the Salesforce. We will not be doing that. That is an automatic step which is done by the Salesforce. So Salesforce is going to give the information developer and developer pro 1 day refresh interval, which is done by the Salesforce, and partial will be every 5 days, full copy every 29 days.
That means it will refresh the data. Or what exactly?
Refresh interval means that something Salesforce like a memory space, compress the memory. They have to do something, right? Like they are giving the 200 MB. Every day they have to work on that to refresh that org or data storage, file storage, whatever they have, they can compress that so that the developer can use more space for storing the information. Whatever the storage is there, that will be refreshed. They will not be taking out any files, or they will not be doing that. It's a just refresh of your storage.
Okay.